at the oldest market in Florence, which is a food market. So we're going to go in and hopefully do some food photography.
What's the market called?
We'll write it below. I don't remember.
Ticks off 2 things on your list. Food and photography.
Exactly, yeah. 2 things I love. But this looks very meat heavy.
Meat heavy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does a bit. You're secretly not a vegetarian, are you?
No. Look at the fresh pasta.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
In a little basket.
I'm in food heaven. It's making me feel hungry.
Well, there's nothing new there. It's time for the ultimate breakfast treat. Ciao, oui. That's breakfast. Let's go eat. Before we eat, I got distracted trying to find a new camera for our next challenge.
Catch that later in this episode.
It's an old Olympus trip, lovely.
It's dangerous, you with cameras.
It is dangerous. I used to love going to market stalls and finding like cameras. Tempting. Shall we eat and have a think?
Yeah.
Join me as I tuck into a strawberry cheesecake.
Close on your taster.
That's really sweet. Lovely. Come on then. Tuck in.
So go on then, Mr. Cheesecake. How was it?
That was really good.
Just a disclaimer here, he ate most of that.
I feel a bit sick now.
I'm not surprised.
Worth it though.
So, now we've eaten our cheesecake, this place shuts at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
But there are some lovely pastas in there and fresh meat produce. So we were going to do some cooking tonight in our little Airbnb. So I think we might have to head back in and choose some pastas and some chicken maybe for you.
So go then, what have you bought?
We have bought some tagliatelle, ravioli with
Ravioli di tartufo.
and some pecorino sauce.
Perfetto.
That is 16 euros and 6p.
Yeah, for fresh pasta, fresh sauce, lovely. And that's all we need for dinner.
That is all we need for dinner.
Bentornati su Cooking, Cucinare with Stephen and Claire.
Yay!
So outside the market, the Mercato di Sant'Ambrogio, there is fruit stores, there are clothes stores, there are vintage stores.
Watch stores, plant
Watch
stores.
stores. We found 2 fake Rolexes. You know what I said about finding a Rolex in here? Interesting stuff. But yeah, all fresh fruit and veg out here. We're going to dive in and have a little look at what is
Really
on offer.
cool.
Extra large, that's looking at them. Tomatoes. That's nice, lovely colours.
You should see all these different types of mushrooms. Look at them, they're just different. So cool.
It's turned into a shopping tour.
Yeah, it has.
It's not
Sorry,
like photography, it's shopping. Okay, that's enough shopping. It's time for some street photography.
So we take him to some beautiful places, and he's right next to the bin.
I like this.
Taking
All the
pictures
textures
of
and
a
colours and
textured
stuff.
wall.
So street photography doesn't have to be about people, it can be about just the kind of the urban environment.
So this is going to be our first lesson in street photography.
Yeah.
Urban environment.
There's layers and layers of kind of complexity to it.
All right, that is
It's really
quite cool.
nice.
I want a table.
Love it. See? Beauty in even the least glamorous parts of Florence.
Street photography. I mean, the bin smells. So the bin smells.
Yeah, it's a bin.
This is so cool.
Yeah, it's all happening here, isn't it? It's great.
Just alive with colour and just, it's a great atmosphere.
And it's where all the locals seem to shop as well, which is always a good sign.
Yeah.
We've got flowers here, we've got all the fresh fruit, fresh veg.
I mean, I could generally just stay in here all day and just, if they had like a pasta trying station, what's an idea for them? Pasta trying station, I would try them
Listen
all.
to Claire, you'll get royalties.
Yeah.
Panda, by the way. For those who didn't catch our panda game during our Pisa episode, you get a point for every panda you spot. If it's an old panda, it's 2 points.
But really, we shouldn't be telling you the rules because you should have already watched our Pisa one. And if you haven't, you're missing out on
Stop this video
so
now.
much.
Yep.
So after this, go and watch it.
What did we do in Pisa? We did a botanical garden,
We did
funnily
a
enough.
botanical garden and I got lost.
Another one. We went to an
We went to
anatomy
some-
museum.
Yeah, amazing museum.
Gruesome.
We just did an awful lot, so you need to watch it.
Think I've been here before. I know that I must have met you in a past life. Got my heart on the floor. Go slow. Keep me falling for you all night.
There's creeping on street artists. You're a creep.
I'm doing sneaky photography.
You are. Street photography.
Well, I've never even tried street photography before, and I think I've bought out the wrong lens.
Well, we are close.
See
We
what
are
we
close
can
to
do.
home. So yeah, if we get coffee, then
And then I might
you
go
might
for
swap to the
lenses.
50mm lens. Yeah.
Yeah.
50mm is definitely better for street
I'm sort of
photography.
getting into this whole street photography.
Good fun, isn't it?
It is.
Cover me in a dream of love. You're pulling on my sanity at the seams. I need you next to me. Can't get enough. I don't wanna miss your energy. So tell me now, you're the one I've been dreaming about for my whole life. Had you on my mind? Oh, hear the sound of your voice in the crowd calling my.
I found the ultimate tourist hotspot.
Where?
Camera shop. I've actually found the camera that I'm using for my street photography, the Lumix,
Oh, yeah.
but the Mark II. So this is like a 5-year-old camera, but still like 900 euros. It's mad. Can I buy something?
If you want.
I was good. I didn't buy any cameras
You were very good.
this time. Caffeine.
It's time for the first ever Stephen and Claire challenge.
We're going to be doing street photography, which is one of my favourite things to do.
Which you have a slight advantage over me
Good.
because I've never done street photography before. So we are each going to have 5 minutes with the camera, with the 50mm lens, and we are going to see who can take the best street photograph.
Same camera, same lens, same city, Florence.
Just different brains.
Yeah, just different different brains. Can I use your camera? I like using your camera.
You want?
We're about to witness the maestro doing street
Okay,
photography.
so you're going to give us any tips at all?
Yeah, okay. So use a light camera and a quiet camera. So if I put that up against the microphone, not really.
You can barely hear it,
Yeah.
so you can spy on
You don't want a big DSLR with a massive lens.
To give you an insight, we're chasing down the man in yellow. Not bad.
This has got a 50mm lens, so it's kind of quite good for portraits if you can get close enough. I tend to go with a more wide angle and just hope for the best and stick it in people's faces.
Well, I didn't stick it in the painter's face.
No, because you were behind him. You crept up from behind.
I'm happy.
Run.
I think I'm happy.
You like photographing painters, don't you?
Yeah, that's my tip.
But,
Creep up from behind. spotted something. He spotted some glass going in.
So in street photography, anything can happen at any point, and you just got to be prepared. You can't concentrate on other things. You've got to just be on it.
On it. Like
So you're
a
constantly
carb on
looking. You're looking quite shifty, which is one of the issues.
That's a cool taxi.
I'm keeping it on automatic mode, but with aperture priority. So at f1.8, you can blur out the background. But yeah, say opportunities just happen as they come in. So this lady with a bright taxi,
Nice.
but you've got to react. Part of the trick is not to be noticed. Because if people look at you, it ruins it. I like street photography as a kind of behind the scenes look at what's going on. So there are two kind of methods of street photography. I've never really had the confidence to do the kind of style up your photo. Quite often you shoot from the hip. So if you've got a tilty flippy screen, you can see basically what you're shooting. And you can just photograph that. If it's down here, it just looks like you're carrying a camera, and you could just be like. So he was quite a cool looking dude. Maybe his name was Simone.
Simone.
There we go. It's also worth bearing in mind if you're going to be pointing a camera in people's faces, generally they're not going to like it. So be aware that if people confront you, then you've just got to say you're doing street photography, it's just personal. You're not trying to sell their images online, you're not trying to breach privacy. You're just trying to take some nice pictures. Shooting from the hip there.
I spotted
Probably
him too.
didn't work.
I filmed him. Fixing his
There we
doorbell.
go. So
Oh, what's that?
two ladies having a conversation. So I was shot from the hip.
I was getting footage of the man fixing his doorbell that I thought was quite cool.
Yeah. No, there were two ladies just having a little discussion, looking at a phone, having a quite heated discussion. It looked like, and there was a cool shot of them just talking to each other. So it's everyday life. It's things that happen, which you could consider as mundane, but in a photograph, you're capturing a moment.
A moment in time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I find street photography so fascinating. Because we were just walking down that street. There was somebody fitting windows. 2 minutes later, they'd fitted and that was done. The people working
a doorbell.
People working on a construction site.
Somebody painting.
Yeah. Somebody driving past in a very brightly coloured car. It's just all these fleeting moments which it's fun to capture. So that, in an essence, in a nutshell, is street photography.
I'm just gonna wait for something interesting to happen.
So as you saw back in the street there were multiple things happening at once. And the last thing you want to be doing is what's called chimping. I'm not sure why it's called chimping, but say you take a photo and you're like, oh, I'm going to check that, I'm going to have a look at what's happening. Everything's happening around you. Check it later. just I mean, obviously, if you know your camera settings and I mean, what you're photographing, what your settings are, then you don't need to look back. You know what that photo is going to be, and that takes a lot of practice.
Armed with all those tips, it's my turn.
So just so it's completely fair, we're going to go walk through the same street, and you can see what you get compared to what I got. You're checking back my pictures.
No, I'm not. I'm checking back my pictures.
Oh, right.
I was taking them then. I was just making sure I didn't cut the guy's head
Oh,
off.
I see. Okay.
People do some interesting things.
I see what you were doing. Come out all right?
Didn't come out. It didn't come out.
Pressure's on. 1 minute left. Could this be your shot?
No, because it didn't come out.
Well,
I'm going to cross the road and then go
I
back to that.
spotted a target. She's off. It is a nice shot. But only remains to be seen. Happy?
I don't know.
Because your 5 minutes ended about 5 minutes ago.
Did
and
it?
you're going to get run over. It's dangerous, this.
Yeah, it is. I got some people eating ice creams. Wasn't what I was aiming to get, but food.
Just gone for food again. That's not street photography, that's food photography.
I'm a lot better at food photography than I am street.
And the Carabinieri have arrived, and I best not take pictures because we'll get in trouble. No, we won't. Your face. You're like, oh my god!
That's because I was aiming at him.
You're allowed to film in public.
Before we got arrested, we made a hasty retreat back to our Airbnb.
Bentornati sul Cooking, Cucinare with Stephen and Claire.
Yay!
I
Okay.
hate this door.
This is what we have to go through every time we try and get through the door.
It's getting looser, but it was really bad when we first got here.
So it's got like 5 locks.
So, we are going to start cooking our fresh tagliatelle and truffle. I've forgotten what they're called.
Ravioli.
Truffle ravioli. And we have a lovely pecorino sauce. So, let's get cooking. Okay, so we're going to wait for our water to boil. Should we put some salt in there? Yeah.
Italians love adding salt to water when cooking.
Do you know why though?
Why?
I don't know why.
Why is that?
I don't know why Italians do it.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know whether it's a myth, but I think if you put salt in the water, it speeds up the boiling process.
Be surprised.
I think it
So
does.
good, little 2 handfuls.
But it will also probably add to the flavour.
That'll do. We like a bit of salt. Sorry, Mum. I know you
Ooh.
don't like me adding salt to things, but nice.
Oh my god, they smell
Smell of truffle?
delicious.
Oh yeah, they do smell of truffle.
Sorry guys, you can't
Stick your nose
smell
in
them.
that.
Should we have a starter of tortellini?
Actually, because that will be nice just on its own, won't it? Without the cheese sauce.
Yeah.
So we do a starter of tartufo, ravioli al tartufo.
I like how he thought that was his idea, even though we've got footage here of me saying, should we eat the
I'll edit it out.
the ravioli
It'll be fine.
first?
It's like watching water boiling.
Now our water's boiled, I'm gonna add in our... Ow. Ow.
It's hot. Hot water. 5 to 6 minutes.
5 to 6 minutes.
5 to 6 minutes.
I don't think there's a strainer in this kitchen.
Oh, bother. There's a bin that could be used as a kind of
Oh, we're not using
colander.
the bin as a colander.
Colander.
We have 7
7 each.
each.
You can't count that well. Right, it's time for some olio di oliva composto di oliva raffinata e oli di oliva vergini.
Okay, well, do you want to hurry up so we can eat this? Okay, right, should we try a bit of this?
Yeah. Cheers. It's alright. Oh, that's very nice.
It's really good. Really truffly.
Truffly.
Well, join us in a minute once we've eaten these 7 pieces. When we cook.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
Back by popular demand. Cucinare con Stephen e Claire. Claire. Shove it all in because we've only got a minute. 59,
yeah.
58,
Hang on.
7, 56. Oh, there's flour everywhere. 54, 53. That's 52, all the flour's going in. That's way too much. 50, 49, 48. It's probably done.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Can't be
Let's
done
just,
yet, surely.
Yeah, let's just grab a tiny bit.
It's gonna be hard, don't use your fingers.
A bit more.
Bit more, I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to wake up with a bad dicky belly because we've eaten 500 grams of raw pasta.
A bad dicky belly.
Bad dicky belly, as opposed to a good dicky belly.
Okay. Probably done now.
Molto bene. Oh, destroyed pasta. Ah! Good catch. I am concerned for your safety.
Oh, that's nice of you.
Yeah, well, this doesn't look safe. Ah, there's an escapee! There's a little tongue coming out. Blah, blah, blah.
Now
Pretty
let's
facial.
add the sauce. Making pasta in a minute, it's taken us 20.
The first bit took us 20, this has probably taken us longer.
Longer, yeah.
Ba-da-ba-da. Cheers. Not so bad. It's just the right amount of sauce.
Yeah.
With the tagliatelle.
So that was 200 grams of sauce with 500 grams of tagliatelle.
Yep. I mean, most normal people wouldn't eat that much. but
No.
We're not normal people.
I think this would go really nicely if I had some peas in.
You like your peas? with
I
your
do,
pasta?
I love my peas
Weird.
and pasta. Cheesy peas.
It would go quite nicely. You could turn it into
Carbonara.
yeah, carbonara. Yeah, you could have a bit of onions, a few
Yeah.
herbs.
But I don't think it's the right sauce
Bacon.
for carbonara.
It could be a twist on carbonara, couldn't it? Carbonara is a white sauce or carbonara sauce.
Right, I'm gonna go and eat this.
Delicious. Right.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching our street food photography tour.
Right.
Right, pasta
Time
time.
for tagliatelle al cheese sauce.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. That's what I have to put up with. Jesus Christ.
But we don't.
Probably. There's a little 4G router, so we're using cellular network. The modem, I mean, I know quite a bit about them because we've got 3 or 4 of them at home, but the modem was under the bed, and you're meant to have good signal. So I don't know if there's good signal under the bed, but when we got there was no internet connection at all.
No.
So I've moved it. I've moved it by the window.
Although I think that's all just gonna get cut. Do you wanna?
Are we done yet? Considerare il luogo fresco e asciutto ed al riparo dalla
Stephen's
luce.
just gonna read you everything that's in the cupboard.
Reading, cupboarding, so we need to heat the sauce up first, don't we? So we need a microwave.
A
Oven?
microwave? No, I was gonna cook the pasta. Keep the pasta in there, then add the sauce and mix it together. You were gonna microwave the
Just a
really
pretty
nice
face.
sauce.
Not just a pretty face.
You can tell who does all the cooking in our house, can't you? Nobody's really gonna want to see you eating your cupboard. Eating your cupboard? I would like to see that.
You sure you don't want a beer?
Excuse me.
It might help.
It might do. Right, okay. I cannot see. What are you doing? Well, we can come back for seconds.
Well, I want a bit more on there, mate.
On this
Mine's
one?
tiny. No, on the one on the back. I've only had 7 ravioli.
Don't do that.
E oli di oliva vergini. Woo! That beer's good.